So I'd like to welcome from California, Nilbert Ning.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being on here with us tonight. Nilbert, share with the world of three what you've experienced so far on the three products.
Okay, so my wife and I were introduced to the product by accident, actually. We were on a trip, and our good friend, Dr. Bell Antioquia, gave us some supplements to help us recover. And my wife and I were both so amazed at how fast we recovered from all the flu-like symptoms. Like overnight, more than half of the symptoms were completely gone. So that prompted us to do a little bit more research. I really looked into the products because I do have several medical conditions. I was diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic since 2009, and I've been on oral medication since. I also have family history with gout, so I do have gout and cholesterol, high cholesterol. So I've been on, I have several prescription medications. I never really took supplements before because I felt that I'm already taking several, prescription medications. I don't want to like tax my body with any more stuff that my liver or my kidney had to process. But when we researched the products and I kind of read a little bit more or heard about the science behind them, the absorption technology and all that, we really got excited, and I decided to give it a go. So before I started taking the products, I was already consciously trying to live a very healthy lifestyle just because of my conditions. I'm very careful with my sugar intake, careful with the foods that I eat. I exercise regularly. So I added the supplements to my daily regimen. I take Vitalite, Eternal, Immune, and Purify daily. And both my wife and I take the collagen every month as well. Revive I take as needed, like after I train, like on runs and all that. I noticed that within about a week of taking the supplements, my energy level had significantly improved. I used to always require naps in the afternoon, and that's even with 2 to 3 cups of coffee. But after after about a week or two of being on the supplements, I would think it's probably the Vitalite, because it really gave me all the vitamins or the minerals that I really needed. I don't take naps anymore. And I also used to experience very frequent bloating and acid reflux. I was telling my wife the other day, hey, I can't remember the last time I had a problem with with acid reflux, with GERD. But the most significant change for me was, as a diabetic, I check my own sugar every morning, like my fasting blood sugar. And even with medication, I usually hover around the 120s to the 130s. But after about a month and a half of being on the supplements, my fasting blood sugar is consistently around 90 and below now. Sometimes I would be about a little bit mid 90s. I guess it depends on like how much sugar I took in the previous day. So for me, it's remarkable to the point where, so I did see my physician on my last blood draw. He tested for my uric acid and my creatinine levels. Like I mentioned, I had gout. I don't have gout medication anymore because my physician allowed me to get off of it about a couple years ago, because I told him I wanted to try to lower my uric acid on my own. Well, after I got off the medication, and then when he checked it again, it went up again. This was like about 3 months ago, and he said, I may need to get back on it. I said, let me try to still work it. And on my last lab work, my uric acid has gone down by a full point. And the only thing that's changed is I was already on these supplements at that time, like about a month, right? So and as well as my creatinine levels, they went down as well. So it's in a downward trend for both of those. Now, my physician scheduled an A1C test for me in about another month and a half, because that'll give me about a full 2 months, 3 months being on the supplements. And I struck a deal with him, and I asked him, so doc, if my A1C goes on a downward trend, can we look at slowly weaning me off of my diabetes medication? He said, absolutely. But he says he needs to see a consistent downward trend, and he'll consider definitely taking me off, slowly. And that meant the world to me. It's very life-changing.
Amazing, Nilbert. Amazing story. And thank you for sharing that with us. And, you look amazing. Your energy levels are incredible. And that just means the world to me as you're sharing the story. So that's absolutely amazing. And, once again, our products do not treat, cure, or prevent any illness or disease. And Dr. Baker, this sounds like something you might want to respond to.
Right up my alley, Nilbert. I love it. As an internist, you're like the majority of my patients. They have multiple metabolic issues. And like I may have mentioned earlier, when you put the right things in that'll absorb at the cellular level, that's why the body improves. But specifically, several of the products helping boost our natural cellular energy, which is where it's in the mitochondria, right? So we know how effective several, Purify, Vitality, Eternal, you're going to get a lot of benefit at the cellular levels, particularly in the mitochondria. That's our powerhouses inside our cells. And so that's one of the reasons that it helps. And, some of those kind of things, as your metabolism improves, those kind of things, there's where, the insulin resistance kind of issues may come in. We can't claim again it's treating any disease process. But again, when you put the right things in, you're going to see a difference. So I couldn't be more pleased. And something I wanted to mention just really quickly is in the immune, most of us don't know that 80% of our immune system comes from our microbiome, which is the bacterial growth in our colon. I discuss this with all of my patients. I actually do testing and measuring markers for that. And so as you improve that, Nilbert, that's going to have a lot of effect on your overall metabolism. So your metabolism and just your general health and the way your body functions properly at the cellular level. So the immune is an amazing addition for you. And like I said, we could go into each one of them, but we won't right now. Great story, Nilbert. I love it. I love to see when I got people with multiple metabolic issues and get them all in line. That makes your day. So you've made your doctor's day, it sounds to me like.
Yeah, that's incredible, Nilbert. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I know I want to thank all of our testimonies tonight. Amazing job. And Dr. Baker, thank you so much for how, you just speak into each person, and your love and joy just shows through. So know that we don't take it for granted, and appreciate everything that you're doing for us every single day. If you're on tonight and you're interested in getting more information about the product or our global movement, because we are a global company in 14 different countries worldwide, get with the person that had you get on. They can send you more information and help you to make a decision to get started. And we hope you have an amazing night and a great rest of your week. Thank you so much, Dr. Baker. It was a joy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.
Good night.